Okay, 1979 Chevrolet Corvette C3. This is an L82 engine, factory L82, with factory intake, factory Rochester quadrajet 4-barrel. Um, Checking the hood to air cleaner clearance because the carburetor is going to need rebuilt, and I'm debating on whether or not to keep that carburetor or maybe go to something else. But hood clearance is an issue with these cars. When you close it, if you do anything aftermarket, um, you have an issue with possibly hitting the bottom side of the top of the hood. So um, normally you'd use a modeling clay or some type of Play-Doh, and I bought some Play-Doh at the department store, regular Play-Doh. Took the wing nut off the air cleaner. It's sitting just nested on top. Put some tape around the stud and the hole just because I don't want any residual Play-Doh getting into the engine, of course. And I'm just going to stick that right there as it came out of the tube. And then I'm going to lower the hood. Stay right there. I'm going to lower the hood and kind of show you what I want to do here. Okay, I close and latch. Then I'm going to reopen the hood here and hopefully it stayed in place. And again, you can do this with any kind of modeling clay or something soft. Hopefully it didn't stick to the bottom of the hood. No, it didn't. Okay, so as you can see, that's how much clearance you have between the top of the air cleaner and the bottom side of the hood. So that's factory hood, factory air cleaner, factory everything. It's quite a little more generous than I suspected it would be. So if you go with an aftermarket intake manifold, even one with, of course, all the right pieces on it, a Holly carb or something like that, you have to make sure your clearances are right. So you could probably get a lower profile recessed base air cleaner, but in order to keep the factory look, the L82 look actually looks pretty nice. So I'd like to keep the factory air cleaner and make it keep it as factory as possible. Maybe even just replace it with a Rochester quadrajet, one that's been rebuilt. So as you can see, it's pretty generous. I'll something to measure with here. Roughly 1.5 inches from the top of that air cleaner. So everything's stock. You have about 1.5 inches of clearance on top of that air cleaner before you run into the hood insulation. So here, let me see if I can get you to get a video of that. Here you can get that measuring straight edge. So it's not a true straight edge measurement, but it's close enough. So just remember that if you replace the intake manifold, you want to keep the intake manifold under 4 inches or up to 4 inches, give or take. And then you got to factor the carburetor, what you're going to use, and then what type of air cleaner you're going to use, and add all those numbers up. And you'll see what that's like. But we'll see. Still got some math to do and still got some part selection you got to do. But that's simple enough. And then you can just pull that back off. Put your wing nut back on. And go from there. And that's it.